Hi guys, Spiritual Butterfly here. Hope you're all having a wonderful day today. Um, in today's video, I want to discuss the importance of staying grounded in the current energy that we're currently experiencing, and riding the waves with, I wouldn't say ease, but just ensuring that you're taking really good care of yourself at the moment. And with that in mind, especially your mental health at this time, outwardly things can look quite scary in the world at the moment, with the whole coronavirus situation and also the way that other people are reacting to it. It's quite a fearful time for humanity at the moment, and I've noticed, there's some people that are, when you're walking into a shop, for instance, and because I've got really quite bad asthma and I don't wear the mask because it feels like it's suffocating me, and as I'm walking into a shop or whatever, I can feel people giving me dirty looks almost because they're having to wear their mask and I've not got one on, and I can almost read their thoughts, and they're just coming across quite negatively towards me, and they've got their mask on, so why be so worried that I don't have mine on? And it's almost as if they're annoyed with me for not having it on, but it's my choice as to not wanting to feel like I'm suffocating. And not just that, but in general, there's a lot more mental health problems going on in the world at the moment, more suicide, more domestic violence, more child abuse and things like that, and that's because everybody's been cooped up for so long, and having to sort of confront and face all the internal issues head on. And when there's a lot of things that, for one thing, none of us have really known what we're doing here on the planet, we just find ourselves here. And I think this has been the first time that we've all had this chance to sort of stand still in this fast moving and pace of life that we're living in, and it's a very highly stressed pace of life, and none of it's really authentic to us. You don't really get the chance to rest and slow down. You're always needing to make money or keep a flow of money coming in, and everything is so unforgiving in a way. The bills always need to be paid, and people have always got money worries, and there's always more things that need buying and doing and keeping up with. And people can really, at this time, I think people are really being met with a lot of situations, being out of jobs, having to self-isolate, all the kids being off school. It's became very real very quick for a lot of us. And I don't think in coming here to have this earth experience, we weren't meant to come here to be fully comfortable. We came here to learn and grow, and unfortunately we really do learn and grow through these harsh experiences. I think the main thing to focus on at the moment would be, rather than looking outwardly at what's going on in the world, and I think most of us are really starting to realise with the whole racial issues that have been, brought to light, and then the whole coronavirus and so many other things have been brought to light at the moment in the world. And I think, as we're seeing that taking place, we really, a lot of us are in fear, because I, for one, are starting to see there is so much going on in the world that I just don't like. And you could sit there worrying the whole time, you know, about the starvation, the war, the cruelty of some people in the world, the judgmentalness of some people in the world, and the haves and the have-nots, you know, and how life can just seem so unfair that we're just put here almost, and you know, we don't really even know what we're doing here, and yet we're met from being tiny children with all these harsh and toxic experiences and realities, and we just have to go through them things. But just remember that with each one of those things we always learn and grow, and with this experience now that we're going through, you know, this is the time for the Great Awakening, and thankfully we are all waking up. You know, it's happening in waves, and the shift is going to be internal first before it manifests outwardly, and so we each have so much work to do internally now, and we all need to be using our voices and give each other words of encouragement and love at this time. You know, we're only human, and you know, the way of the world, it almost wants us, the way it's set up with these hierarchy, with these archon and reptilian structures that we have, we're almost expected to function in an inhuman way, you know, without much caring, you know, and I think we're probably the loneliest generation. You know, everything's all digital and fast moving, and you know, people have always got their best face on, and the realness is gone. You know, that ability to just, you know, ask someone if they're okay, and if they're not, be able to say, you know, are you sure you're okay? You know, you do that with your closest people. But I think everything's so much online, doing everything online and things at the moment, especially at the moment, that anybody that's feeling lonely, I suppose they've got to sit with themselves, and this is going to trigger waking up. And so, you know, we can give the dark ones all the credit for the coronavirus, but it's obviously in the creator's plan that it was to happen this way, so that people can actually sit down and sort of reflect on their life. And I think it gives people a chance to look, especially if you're trapped with somebody, you know, if you're in a domestic violence situation and, you know, you're trapped in the house with them. I think it gives people that time to reflect on things and think, is this what I want? You know, this is the time now. The Great Awakening was the time where the veil's lifting, you know, apocalypse, lifting of the veil, seeing through things, seeing through everything. You know, if you're in a situation at all where you're not happy or comfortable and you don't feel like you've got a bright future ahead of you, then you really need to sit down with yourself and question why, and give yourself the advice that you would maybe give someone else, only instead of not following it, you need to really follow that internal guidance, your inner tuition, because that's coming from your higher self, and you know, it's coming from the source of all creation. It's your link back to the true path that you should be on, and we need to start getting onto our path, because we're going to be wrapping things up quite quickly now. It's the time is coming where, you know, everything that we've ever done and everything that the ancestors have ever done from the beginning, it's coming to our graduation time, where we're going to know what we're doing here and why we came. You know, the biggest question that we have is, why am I here? And you know, you can come up with 1,000 different reasons, you know, but we're all here ultimately to learn and grow, and also to support the others in their journey along the way, and really hold the light. And sometimes it can feel like, especially if you're just stuck in all day and you haven't really seen many people or done much in your day, you can feel like it was just pretty much a useless day. And sometimes the way that the energies have been, you can feel like you're just existing at some parts. But remember that even though that's happening, you're still holding the light down here, and that's what we came to do. And we will know all the answers, but until we can know all of them, it's best to focus on what we already truly do know, and that is that we need to take really good care of ourselves at this time and really stand in our power and be true to who we are, and don't settle for any less than you deserve in this period or ever again. You know, if you're a person, if you're an empath, or if you're, you know, a sensitive person who has let people take advantage of you in the past, you need to really become strong like a lion, and not mean, but strong as in the sense that, you know, you do what's right, but you also do what's right by you, and you need to really stand in your power and really think clearly with an open heart and an open mind about what do you want, what do you expect from people, how are you willing to let someone treat you, and if somebody's treating you less than you deserve, then you have to take the risk of losing the person. And if you tell them how you want things, you know, and if you know that's right in your heart for the situation that you're in, and if they're meant for you, and if they're the right one, then they will change their behaviours, and they will change to be more in alignment with the truth of the relationship that you can hold together. And if they weren't right, then they will walk away, or they will leave the situation, and so you will continue and you will grow more from that, because, you know, you gain self-respect from standing in your truth and standing in your power, and also getting into full alignment with who you are. And there's no more time to, you know, settle or allow things that aren't right for you, because you won't progress in life that way. So the key at the moment is to, you know, even on the days where you feel literally crazy, because the energies can bring up a lot of old traumas and pain, and, you know, you might want to do some card cutting, but at the same time, remember, if you just cut the cards, it's like a weed, it will grow back. So it's best to do card removal and actually physically, well, not physically, but energetically in meditation, see yourself removing these cards, and really feel, you know, work with the archangels and really feel for them and remove them that way. Really do your chakra meditation and Kundalini meditation, and really just try and force through those days and function normally to keep your 3D life going. It's very hard, and it takes a lot of mental strength to get through that, but it has to be done. So thanks for watching, guys, and I will be back with another update soon. Namaste.